Mason comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Get the good stuff.
I'm Robbie Johnson. I'm 26 years old.
I'm Valerie Johnson, and I'm 24 years old.
And we are Napa customers. This is my 89 Ford Bronco.
This is my 68 Ford Mustang. She's my baby, and I don't let him drive it.
Nope, she doesn't. At Napa, we buy fluids, brakes, batteries,
oil filters, wipers, brake lights. I buy it all at Napa.
Let's show them the motorcycles. I don't think people are aware of the basics Napa carries for motorcycles. Spark plugs, fluids, batteries.
Napa's the one.
My name's Ron Robertson. I've been a Napa customer for about 40 years. Most of the things that I do are oil and air filter changes. Your engine's going to last a lot longer if you do the maintenance on it. This is my wife's 91 Cougar. This is our 98 Honda, 144,000 miles on it. This is our yard tractor. We've had it about 10, 12 years. I've always had good success with Napa products. They always have the parts that I need. Napa's the one. They got the good stuff.
Napa, get the good stuff.
Hard work, determination, team spirit. These are all qualities that put a winning team on the field. And the folks at Saddle Mountain Supply know something about a winning team. For over 30 years, Saddle Mountain Supply has worked hard to provide the highest level of service to the local community. They are determined to offer the best quality products at competitive prices. And they boast one of the top teams in the ag industry, ready to offer a helping hand or timely assistance. From bookwork to fieldwork, from accurate applications to reliable recommendations, Saddle Mountain Supply is committed to using the latest in technology and training to attend all your agronomic needs. Check out our website at www.performanceag.com for the latest in industry trends and market prices. Saddle Mountain Supply at performanceag.com. Quality you can count on, performance you can plan on.
Well, today we are in Wenatchee, Washington at the Apple Bowl, where the Knights will meet the Okanogan Bulldogs in this quarterfinal matchup. I'm Ryan Christensen along with Mike Knoftel. This couldn't be a better day for football. It really couldn't.
No, not for this time of year, for sure.
There's no wind. When I pulled into the driveway here an hour ago, it was 49 degrees. I'll bet it's 45 degrees about right now.
Not a cloud in the sky.
And it's always great to have a playoff football game where the weather's not going to necessarily impact the outcome.
Right. The Knights have played here before. It's been a couple years.
Yeah.
But things have changed here a little bit. We've got a really beautiful field turf that was just put in this past year. So the playing surface is pretty much brand new. That's going to be nice. Last two times the Knights played here were in 2010, 2011. And Knights want to erase those, I guess.
Yeah.
out and come out and play well here in this game. So Knights face the Okanogan Bulldogs. Both teams undefeated coming into today's game. And so both teams have been tested. I would say the Knights have been tested a little bit more. When you look at Okanogan's schedule, they've won handily pretty much every game they've played in. But their non-league schedule, probably not as rigorous as Royals, stepping up to 2As. Instead, Okanogan went down and played some B11 schools like Orville and Tonasket. And then you got to debate which league is tougher. So it's hard to make comparisons. The only comparable score that you've got is they both played Warden. And both won without too much trouble. So really that one doesn't help you a whole lot either. But we're going to listen to the national anthem, and then after that we'll try to catch up a little bit on expectations for tonight.
We are on the Okanogan side, broadcasting up above the Okanogan fans and the bench. So sometimes the reaction you hear might not be the reaction you want to hear.
Plus, this is as high of an elevation of a broadcasting booth that we're ever in. So we're almost looking down 45 degrees down onto the field here. As they're announcing the starting lineups, let's talk a little bit about Okanogan and how they got here. Last week, in the first round of the playoffs, they played Natchez Valley. Natchez is from the number 3 seed out of the SCAC. They play in the SCAC West. They had actually played Okanogan in the regular season. Okanogan won that game handily and repeated the feat last year. I think the final score was 49-7, something like that. So they are on a roll. They really haven't had any close scores for quite a while. And so they come in here, obviously, ready to compete. The Knights last week were able to take down the Freeman Scotties by a final score of 34-0. That was a 28-0 score at halftime, and then the Knights added 1 touchdown late. That game ended up having 2 touchdowns apiece by Corbin Christensen and Angel Farias. Corbin's were both receiving touchdowns. Angel had a receiving touchdown and a punt return for a touchdown. And then the final touchdown of the night was Alonzo Hernandez from his linebacker spot, had an interception that he was able to return for a touchdown to finish off that game.
It's been interesting to see what Angel would have done if he were back deep for punts all year long.
Well, we've talked about that. It's interesting. Corbin was the returner, and Corbin tweaked his ankle, so the last few weeks, Angels filled in to make sure that we didn't put too much stress on Corbin. And Corbin, based on his first 8 weeks of the year,
how many did he get?
He was the all-league kick returner.
Yeah.
and then Angels fills in for him and becomes at least as good.
Yep.
Angels returned 4 punts for touchdowns so far this year, 3 of them in the last 2 weeks. Okanogan Bulldogs starting lineup. Starting offense, we're going to look at some names you'll hear a lot tonight. Quarterback Alex Nelson. He's a senior. He's a tall guy, a good thrower. I don't see them having him run the ball. So he's pretty much handing off, or he's throwing the ball. Okanogan is a team that prefers to run, like most of the Caribou Trail. They run about 70% clip, run versus pass. And so that's what they want to do. Most situations, if they feel like they can run the ball, they want to. If you get forced in a long down and distance, it's more likely when you're going to see some of the passing going on. A couple other names that we'll hear quite a bit tonight on the offensive side for Okanogan. Number 9, Julian Cates. Julian Cates is a junior. He's listed at 5'11", 205, and he's a load. He's a fullback body playing tailback, but he's got the speed, and he's averaging almost 170 yards rushing per game. So that's certainly something that Knights are going to need to contain, and I think
they need to stay disciplined is what they need to do.
They need to stay disciplined, and part of that is that most of the running success that Okanogan has actually is between the tackles.
Yeah.
They will run a couple other people. They run a double wing set. The quarterback will line up for the most part in kind of a pistol, a short shotgun, a pistol with Cates behind him, and then he'll have wingbacks offset behind the offensive line on either side. One of those guys is going to be number 4, Martin Grooms, and he's the one that they like to run on end around, tosses and even options with Nelson, and so that's when they want to get to the edges. But the truth is they want to run Cates between the tackles. That's what they really want to do. When they do go to the air, number 21, Jordan Jesse, has been the most prominent target and been pretty successful at it. So, that's kind of what we expect to see. What we're going to see from both sides is tough-nosed line play. Okanogan, all those teams out of the Caribou Trail, hard to get the running game going against them sometimes. They're really tough up front. We'll see how that plays out tonight. The Knights, on the other hand, have stayed really balanced throughout the year. Sawyer Jinks, over the 11 games so far, is completing 62% of his passes, 2,230 passing yards, 36 touchdowns against just 4 interceptions. And so that's 2,230 yards of passing offense. And pretty balanced with the running attack as well. 2 leading rushers for the Knights, 34, Alonzo Hernandez with 818 yards and 11 touchdowns. and Lorenzo Myrick with 540 yards and 9 touchdowns. Those guys are both averaging 7.5, 8 yards per carry so far on the season. So you'll see a bit more of a balanced attack from the Knights, and you'll see an attack from the Okanogan Bulldogs, which focuses primarily on the run. In fact, if they're successful in the run, they won't throw the ball much.
Okanogan has won the toss and chose to defer. The Knights will receive this game to start. We're getting right down to the nitty-gritty as the captains will shake hands at midfield and head off to their respective sidelines.
So the Knights will receive going from our right to left. And this is beautiful field turf, but there are all sorts of lines out here.
What's the word I'm looking for?
What?
Track and field that looks like
right.
discus and different sort of lines. Obviously, the soccer lines are out there.
But you've also got some other lines for, discus and shot put, I guess, maybe, or what? I don't know.
No, it's a beautiful field, and I'm glad it's here because playing in grass this time of year is just usually a miserable experience. It's just worn down and dirt, and it compromises teams that need a good footing.
I'm wondering if this will be to Royals' advantage to be on turf after playing on turf all year. Okanogan, this time of year anyways, their field up the north ends up being a bit of a mud pit. There's not much grass between the hash marks. And so we'll see if that plays any role whatsoever. We're getting some scoring updates. Our good friend Chris Jocelyn keeping us updated on the Montesano Meridian game, which is another quarterfinal game on the other side of the state. At halftime, Meridian leads 14-7. Monty scored a late touchdown in the second quarter to draw within a touchdown.
Deep for the Knights is Alex Myrick and number 5, Angel Farias.
Lorenzo Myrick?
I say Lorenzo.
You said Alex.
I know, it's a tough one. It's a drilled kick that is going to go out of bounds. So the Knights will get the ball on their own 35 to start this game. And this is underway. Quarterfinal action is kind of what I'm not saying that we suffer through the season for this, but the Knights and the Knights fan, this is where we want to be, into the quarterfinals and giving yourself a chance to advance in the state playoffs. And the Knights are here as we begin this game. They will get the ball on their own 35, near hash, going from our right to left. Try to be a little more descriptive. We're getting kind of lazy the last 3 weeks doing video broadcast, and so we'll try to keep the description up.
A lot of adrenaline on both sidelines right now. This is a great atmosphere.
2 receivers wide right. Jenks will step under center to start this game. Hernandez in the backfield. We'll give to him on the left side. Cuts outside. Breaks one tackle. He's on the sideline. Here he goes. He's got a man with an angle, but he got the speed. He just outruns him. He's down to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown right off the bat. No flags on the field.
That is establishing the running game.
First play of the game for a, 65 yard?
65 yards because it was kicked out of bounds, so set on the 35-yard line. So great first play from scrimmage, and a play that you wouldn't expect to get that kind of a response because it was the ball was spotted on the left hash. They ran to the left side, to the short side of the field. He was able to beat one tackler at the line of scrimmage and then just outran everybody else to the end zone for an early touchdown for the Knights.
Guerrero set to kick the extra points. Good snap. And the kick is up and signaled good. 11:46 left to go in the first quarter. Just 14 seconds into this game, and the Knights have a 7-0 lead. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
So that becomes the longest run of the season for Alonzo. Up to that point, it was 34 yards was his longest run. It's a great way to open the quarterfinals with a 65-yard run. Added another touchdown. That's 12 touchdowns on the season, and that will certainly help his 7.5-yard average per carry. C.J. Quintero going to tee the ball up, put the ball in the hands of the Okanogan Bulldogs for their first offensive possession.
Deep for the Bulldogs is supposed to be Martin Grooms and Julian Cates. These numbers are really tough to see, so you're going to hear us complain about that a little bit tonight.
You've got great numbers on maroon jerseys, and they really blend in together. But, yeah, it is Grooms and Cates back deep to receive.
High, looping kick taken right at the 28-yard line. Steps in and out, and he's going to get brought down about the 33-yard line. Knights cover that well as they kick that short pooch kick. Fielded right about the 28, about a 5-yard return out to the 33.
Driven out of bounds, Logan Gilbert, Kevin Pastor, a couple of the Knights there.
We're coming in clear down in Arizona, I understand. That's a handsome man I got on my phone. I wish we had video right now, and I would.
Is he ever coming back from Arizona?
I don't know.
How long has he been there? Did he move to Arizona?
I don't know. But this is a great thing so the fans can hear what's going on. So Knights will start their first defensive as the shotgun snap flipped out to, I bet that's, he gets steps out of one man, but breaks a few tackles, spinning in and out. He's still on his feet across midfield all the way down inside the Knight 40-yard line. A few Knights had a shot at him, and there were some good blocks. But
that's number 4, Grooms, on that around play where it's just kind of a toss, and he got some blocking out in front.
All the way down to the Knight 38-yard line. We talked about that he's the man that they'll do on that end around, and successful run there for the Bulldogs.
He's their speed element. He's the quickest guy out there as far as that's the way it shows up on film. I haven't got official speeds on any of them, but he shows up as the quickest guy on film. He's going to be out at that left wing position.
Nelson's looking to throw, and he stops and pauses. He throws deep down this side. He has a man down there, and he drops it. Corbin Christensen in pretty good position, but they separated right at the end, and he had a chance. We'll see who that.
When Corbin went to look for the ball went over the top, and the receiver had a shot at it.
Yeah, Knights dodged a little bit of a bullet there as there was a little bit of separation, and there was a shot for that catch to be made, but it was not made. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
Nelson had more time than I'd like to have had him had. He was able to set his feet and make the throw, but Rainer Byerly, a defensive tackle, does put pressure on him, and it hits him to the ground as he's throwing the ball. Well thrown ball, could have been caught.
Knights stack the inside, quick throw on that outside, Boble play. Breaks, I was going to say he breaks a tackle, but Juan Ojeda able to kind of shoestring tackle the receiver as he goes down about the 34-yard line for about a 4-yard gain, 3rd down and 6.
I believe that's number 24, Justin Watts, on the reception.
This is likely 4-down territory right here where we're standing at the Knight 34-yard line. I don't think there's going to be any punting going on right at this point if they don't make a first down on this 3rd down and 6.
In this scenario, 3rd down and 6, it's about a 60% chance they'll still run the ball.
They give it right up the middle, and a man, and we got a big flag as he gets all the way down near the 10-yard line. We're going to have a flag, a holding, I'm going to guess.
They're going to drop that flag at about the 29-yard line, which is about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they adjust the placement of that flag, but it was at that linebacker level, and we are going to get that holding call.
Holding on Okanogan. Now, this was that fly sweep motion coming across. They faked to him and gave it straight to the tailback, going right up the middle.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was big number 9 because it's a big boy.
It was number 9, Cates. That's their bread and butter. That's the play that they expect to work magic for them. Trying to keep the linebackers and the outside guys honest. They are going to walk it off from that 29-yard line. So it's going to be about a 5-yard net penalty after they do that. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 11. Now, this is a scenario that the Knights want to keep the Bulldogs in, longer down in distance, and force them to do things that they would rather not do.
Going to spread the field this time. 2 receivers near side to the right, wide side of the field. Straight set up in the backfield. Shotgun as Nelson will roll out to his right, lets that ball go, and it's caught down to the 30-yard line. It's not going to be quite enough just inside the 30, not to the 29, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and very short.
They're going to put it he's actually spotting it at the 29. It's going to be 4th and 1.
4th and very short. Okanogan will be lining up to go for this.
So this is the first time the Knights have a chance here to hopefully exert some dominance on the defensive front. Not very much to go here, so it's going to be a tall task to keep them from picking up that 1 yard that they need.
Some good play calling by the offensive coordinator for Okanogan right here. Some good mix-up of play calls that Knights will have to adjust to. And the give to number 9, he jumps out that outside. He's going to get a first down and a few more, and down to the 25-yard line, gets about a 4-yard gain, sets a new set of downs for the Okanogan Bulldogs at the Knight 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Juan Ojeda comes up from his safety position to bring him down, but like you said, not before he picks up the first down. The ball's right on the 25-yard line, pretty much in the center of the field.
9:45 left to go in the first quarter. Knights quick one-play score, first play of the game, lead 7-0, and Okanogan threatening here on the Knight 25-yard line. Shotgun snap, looks to throw on that right side, and it is caught, but a good tackle by Juan Ojeda. Right, they're going to give him all the way to the 20, so that's going to be a 5-yard gain.
It's going to be a 5-yard gain, and the Bulldogs being real smart about their play calling, trying to keep things, keep the Knights on their heels a little bit with what they do versus maybe what the Knights might be expecting in this situation. Second down and about 5. Statistically, you would look at about a 50-50 chance here between run and pass based on what they've done in the past.
Knights looking for the fans to pick up the cheering as they're going to spread that wing formation a little wider this time. Quick pitch out to Cates. It's on the ground, and the quarterback's going to have to fall on it all the way back to the 30-yard line. And Cates didn't get his hands.
Yeah, that toss, it's hard to tell. It looked like maybe it was on his back hip a little bit, had to turn for it. He's not able to pick it up. It goes to the ground. It's going to be the quarterback. Was it Court Nelson that jumps on it?
Yeah, it was really strange. I'd like to see that play again because it almost seemed like Cates just turned around and looked at it like, why is that ball on the ground? And
CJ Quintero was there, almost picked it up, but jumped on Nelson as he secured it. It's going to be a loss. It's going to bring up, but the ball's going to be back to the 29-yard line, so it's a 9-yard loss. Going to bring up third down and about 14 here.
Nelson in that shotgun snap motion across the backfield. They give it around the end, steps in and out. He does a little shifty move, but he's only going to get inside the 25, maybe to the 24-yard line. He'll get a few yards, but it's going to bring up a fourth down and about 9.
Juan Ojeda, the first Knight there from a safety position, and Isaac Ellis comes across and also helps bring him down. Like you said, about fourth down and 9, and looks like they're going to bring in their field goal kicker. The ball's at the very right hash, so he's going to have to kick at an angle, and it'll be from 46? Where they're spotting. It looks like it'd be about a 46-yard field goal, so Knights need to be aware for any kind of a fake or anything in this situation as well, because that's a pretty manly field goal attempt.
And it's up, and it's going to fall inside, I think. Does it go just over?
It's just
under, and just a little bit short. Number 10, Josue Ramos, is their kicker, and I think it was just about on line, but it just came up a little bit short.
Now, anybody that's asked me, I've said, if we come out and score, shut them down, score again, then we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And so this is a key. We're early in this game, but I still say this is a key possession offensively for the Knights.
7:27 left to go in the first quarter. Knights have a 7-0 lead. Just got the ball back on downs, and they'll get the ball on their own 20-yard line after that 46-yard field goal attempt fell short. Under center, Jenks will play action, looks to throw. Pump fakes. He still has the ball. Looking to what he might be able to do. Throws it. Oh, just off target as Corbin Christensen was coming across the middle as he had to improvise. And
I think he threw that thing pretty hot.
Yeah,
he felt a little pressure, wanted to get rid of it, threw it a little hot. Corbin wasn't able to get to it.
Boy, if he could have got that one on target, Corbin was out in front.
Yeah, if Corbin would have been able to, he had a half a step on his man. If he would have been able to catch that in stride, turn up field, who knows what may have happened. But it's going to be second down and 10 now. Ball spotted almost exactly between the hashes at the 20-yard line of the Knights.
Farias and Christensen spread wide right and left, double tight end formation. I didn't see double tight end on the right side. I formation in the backfield this time. And the give to Hernandez as he's met right away at the 20-yard line. No gain. And a big reaction from the crowd here as they piled up that left side of the Knights' offensive line. The right side of the defense caved in and stopped Hernandez for no gain.
Run blocking for the Knights has got to be something that they've focused on throughout the week. That time the defensive front for the Bulldogs weren't happy about allowing that 65-yard touchdown on the last carry attempt for the Knights. Came in strong that time and bottled Hernandez up. He barely gets to the back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 10. Jenks will step back in shotgun. Hernandez on his right hip will play action to him. Rolls out to his right, has lots of room. And the ball's in the hands of Corbin Christensen out at the 35, knocked out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 37, good for first down and 7 more yards. Reset the downs for the Knights.
So that's a 17-yard pitch and catch to Corbin Jenks right on that right sideline. Now, number one, the defensive back for the
I'd like to see that play again.
Is Brady Kate. He fell to the ground. But coming out of the break, he lost his footing as Corbin made a nice crisp break to the sideline. And Kate lost his footing and went down, made it an easy throw for Jenks.
Knights going from our right to left on the far hash. They'll pack it in. I formation. Long count. Play action to Hernandez. Holds that ball. Lets it go. And it's a little high and falls out of the hands of 10 receiver Juan Ojeda. And Sawyer just got that ball away. He wasn't quite aware that man around the backside of him was getting close. And I think he probably felt that pressure a little bit. Ball a little bit high.
And Ojeda was open a little sooner. Sawyer probably wishes he could have got that ball off or recognized that sooner. Ball comes in a little high.
6:25 left to go in the first quarter. Knights will send, this is the first time they send 3 receivers near side to the left. Stack those receivers wide to the left. Shotgun. Long count. And I don't know if we're going to have a Knights or if we're going to have a defensive encroachment.
I think it's going to be defensive. I could be wrong.
The Knights are clapping. They don't think they moved. We'll see what the referee says.
Well, he's coming into position to tell us. Wants to make sure he's center stage, and he's going to give the defensive offsides penalty. So it's going to give the Knights 5 yards. So instead of 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass, it'll be 2nd down and 5. I've been told that one of us may have said Corbin Jinks instead of
Corbin Jinks.
I don't know if it's Corbin Christensen we meant to talk about or Sawyer Jinks, but
when you're talking on the fly here, you never know what comes out of your mouth. Jinks in shotgun this time. We'll give to Hernandez. He's on that right side. He's on to the 40, to the 35. Good speed into the 30, and they're going to throw the flag.
I think it's a late flag, like maybe a personal foul.
I don't know what that is, but
ball was on the 42.
There was a little bit of what I thought could have been a shove in the back, but was so incidental that I thought, okay, they didn't throw the flag on that, and we're going to have a personal foul on the defense. I don't know if there was a roughing. I don't know what he's not. We're not going to know what that is until we get a evaluation of what that is. But it's going to add 15 yards to the end of that run, which he's standing on the 26-yard line right now. So they will stack 15 yards on top of that. Or will it go halfway? No, it'll go 15 yards, won't it? So it'll go inside.
That was a 37-yard run, which means
it's gonna be 3
carries and 102 yards for Alonzo Hernandez already in the game.
Down to the 13-yard line, the Knights will have 1st and 10 on the Okanogan 13-yard line after a good long run by Hernandez around the right side, followed by a 15-yard personal foul penalty on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I think that was late. That was a little bit of something between. I didn't see which Okanogan player was involved. It looked like it was Rainer Byerly, maybe on the receiving end for the Knights.
Yeah,
it was something they said or some action that was taken, but they were standing there at the end of the play, right next to the white hat when he threw that penalty.
The referees called his own time and explaining to the Okanogan coach, and you can see him making hand gestures as though there was some
late action,
some shenanigans going on after the play.
So that brings half the distance, brings it to 1st down and 10 for the Knights. Ball is spotted at the nose of the 13-yard line of the Bulldogs. Knights have a 7-0 lead with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter and in the red zone.
Jenks will bring the play in to the huddle from the sideline. And as we said, the ball on the 13 of Okanogan, 1st and 10. Jenks in shotgun will give to Hernandez on that right side that just collapses down, breaks his tackles all the way inside the 10. He might have a 1st down inside that 5-yard line.
He'd have to get inside the 3. He is playing. This is the highest performance level we've seen him yet this year. And he's the leading rusher for the Knights for sure. A ton of touchdowns, but he is playing with some fire tonight. They're going to call it a 1st down, so that means he picks up 10 yards on that one. 4 carries, 112 yards. 1st and goal for the Knights from about the 3-yard line.
Corbin Christensen, isolation up on the right. Angel Farias deep on the left. They'll give to Hernandez, steps in, puts his shoulder down. He's not going to get there, but he's going to get to about the 2-yard line.
They'll give him the 1 yard on that carry. These are going to be tough yards here. But I like the fact that they're rewarding him by giving him the ball here inside the 5 after all the work he did to get the ball down there. Now, this is the down right here where you might see the Knights do something a little different.
3 receivers set wide to the left as we have those 2 slot men. Hernandez actually motions out of the field, and a quick pass, just easy as pie to Isaac Ellis. Right on that right side as he releases from his tight end spot. Touchdown for the Knights. As though pie were easy. See the things that come out of your mouth when you just talk? I guess that's a phrase, easy as pie.
It goes down easy.
Sure. Osvaldo Guerrero going to kick the extra points here in this quarterfinal game. They've been swapping back and forth. We'll just let Alonso do what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Let Osvaldo do what he does. Andy Moreno, the snapper, and the kick is up, and it is signaled good. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. Knights jump out to a 14-0 lead. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. Knights just scored to make it 14-0 early in this quarterfinal matchup.
Cates and Grooms back deep to receive again for the Bulldogs. But the Knights haven't been kicking it deep much all year. And certainly Grooms and Cates may be two of the biggest threats that they've seen back there all year. So I don't expect.
And they trust their defense. The only time the Knights have got burned once from Connell this year on a kickoff is they're going to punch it really high, and he's not going to fair catch it, and the Knights just swallow him up right just at the 40-yard line. That was a very, very short pooch.
It was.
And probably not the wisest decision not to fair catch that, because you can come down and just waylay that guy, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
As long as he doesn't.
Logan Gilbert and Javier Hutron and Jonathan Guadarrama, three of the Knights in there to make sure that he doesn't get much after he catches the ball. But the ball's going to be on the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs, so they'll have 60 yards between them and pay dirt.
They're going from our left to right.
Knights in a three-man defensive front.
Shotgun snap, ball's on the ground, and we're going to see what happens. We have a scrum here, and the Knights think they got it.
Juan Ojeda certainly thinks they do. Corbin Christensen now thinks they do. Let's see what the white hat says. He thinks they do too. Knights ball.
They went for that misdirection for that the fly man coming around inside, and they go inside and out. That's what this offense is designed to do, to create that misdirection. And the ball is on the ground. The Knights got it on the 39-yard line of the Bulldogs.
1 yard deep in the backfield as that ball goes on the ground. That's twice they put the ball on the ground. Both times Cates was the intended recipient. And different scenarios. The first one was a toss. This one was more of a handoff. But the Knights going to have the ball in great field position. 39 yards to go. First down and 10. Ball near the right hash.
Jenks under center. Straight eye in the backfield with Jack Diaz in at fullback. And we've got a whistle stopping action.
We've got a question about some equipment.
A chin strap or something.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll get it back underneath. Jenks under center. Lead play on the left side, play action. He breaks free on that left side, looking for someone. And if you don't throw a flag, oh my goodness, did he catch that?
He caught it anyways. That ball? He caught it anyways. That's the greatest catch I've ever seen in high school football. Oh my goodness gracious! Did they give it a catch?
Dane, I am really sorry that you can't see this.
They're putting the ball inside the 1 yard line. That is a one-handed catch with a man draped across him. Pass interference on his hip, grabbed both arms around him, reaches out with one hand and catches that ball, diving towards the end zone. Comes down inside the 1 yard line.
He literally had the we're saying as I was calling out, I was saying I can't believe they're not if they don't throw that flag. He literally had Angel's right hand totally pulled behind him, just pulling on it. And Angel reached through with his left hand as they were falling to the ground.
That was a video game catch, for heaven's sakes. 38 yards on that catch. Jinx has completed 3 out of his first 5. And the Knights first and goal from the 1 yard line with a 2-touchdown lead. Potential to punch it in here and take a commanding 3-score lead. We're at 4 minutes and 52 seconds still left in the first quarter. And I'm a little excited. I don't know about you, Ryan.
That was just a great catch.
Oh, my goodness.
Seriously, that was circus catch. Jenks under center going to keep it himself. He's going to push, but second push is going to get in. They got to give it to him.
Yep, he's
touchdown.
In. His whole body's across. This isn't Montesano in 2012.
No, it's not. Oh, that was exciting. 4:35 left to go in the first quarter. The Knights setting up for their extra point. Now, I pointed out Andy Moreno is the snapper. We haven't been kind of calling his name out all year. Senior guy that does a great job at his, he really has done a good job as he's got that snap down.
Yeah, it's an important role, and he's done a great job. Looks like Bulldogs are going to come across the line of scrimmage from that left edge of the Knights line. A guy on the outer edge, I can't see the numbers because they're gray on maroon, but gets a little excited, comes across the line of scrimmage, so they're going to have to throw the flag there, and the Knights may decline it so they can just keep the ball right where they're at, not have to move the tee, stay in rhythm.
All right. They're going to set it again, blow the whistle. They're trying to come again. They're going to do it again.
They're going to do it again. I'm not quite sure what the Okanogan sideline, they're like almost cheering that happened. I'm not quite sure.
It's funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, confused on that one.
Yeah. Knights will actually take this one, it looks like. Move the ball half the distance. I guess if they're going to do it, they might give it to them now. After two defensive offsides, I'm not sure I wouldn't put it past the Knights to...
But they've seen what the Knights do, and they're actually lining up
they're lined up to prevent,
spotter.
They're spotting C.J. Quintero there.
Good snap. Kicks up and good. 4:36 left to go in the first quarter. Knights extend their lead to 21-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Let's go. Yeah.
Well, if we got a little excited back a minute or two ago, it's because we were.
We were.
That
catch. I can't wait to see that catch on film.
I cannot wait to see it again.
I hope he caught it. There's great footage.
I hope he caught it.
Oh, it was spectacular. That was spectacular. I mean, he was carrying 160 pounds on his hip, reaching out and snagging that thing with
one-handed. And what was it, a 45-yard pass?
38. It was
38-yard pass. Quintero set the gig from his own 40 as they'll pooch it up to that corner again and taken right about the 31 and immediately brought down. We got Kevin Pastor, Carter Dorsing,
and Jonathan Guadarrama. Carson Gilbert. Those four guys have been on every special teams
they're
play
on that
so
right
far.
side, and
they're there for a reason.
And that's why they're there, is because that ball is designed to go over to that corner and back to the 30-yard line. This is going to be placed at the 34. From our left to right, Okanogan will have their fourth possession here.
Now, from their perspective, they've got to get points. They've got to chew clock and get points. A little disarray on the defense for the Knights.
Quick pass out here as Corbin Christensen draws him inside, and I thought there's a block in the back. I don't know why that wasn't thrown, but he's going to get forward for about 3 yards out to the 37-yard line.
Number 6, Eddie Cortez, one of the Knights that wraps him up, brings him down. Corbin Christensen had a shot at him, but wasn't able to bring him down at the line of scrimmage. Picks up 3 yards, second down and 7.
Rayner's been begging for cheers all night.
Yeah,
and he's getting them when he asks for them.
He's getting them. Now let's go get them, Rayner.
And he does. Shotgun snap, looking to throw on the left side. Waits for that man to pause to the outside, and it's going to be way overthrown. And just kind of to do a timing pattern, and Angel Farias was in good coverage, and it goes 5-6 yards over his intended receiver. I'd love to tell you who it is, but, man, I'm telling you, these gray on maroon are really hard to see the numbers. I'm going to guess that's Jesse, probably. Be a good guess. It's 3rd down and 7. 3:44 left to go in the first quarter. This time they'll put Jesse in isolation down here on the bottom. They'll double motion, and Rainer Byerly and C.J. Quintero stop that.
That is a stone wall right there.
That's a Callahan Gravel rock solid hit of the game right there by both Rainer Byerly and C.J. Quintero. Met him for a 1-yard loss.
Going to bring up 4th down and 8 here.
I'm going to guess that was Grooms on that inside handoff.
It's hard to read the numbers. Like you said, it was either Grooms or number 22, Epley.
They will line up to punt with 4th and 8 at their own 36-yard line.
Let's see if they're going to kick it to Angel Farias.
Big, high kick. That
he's going to have to get guys out of the way.
Yeah, get the guys out of the way, and it's going to take kind of a Royal bounce, and it's only going to get to about the 38-yard line of Royal. So that pretty good field position as they tried to kick that super high so that there was no chance either a fair catch or a mistake would be made. But right now they're not going to give Angel that opportunity.
Took a sideways bounce, really, and the ball's going to be spotted for the Knights at their own 38-yard line. We've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter. The Knights have jumped out to a 21-0 lead. First one was a one-play 65-yard drive. And then this last one was the benefit of a fumble recovered by the Knights and an amazing one-handed catch by Angel Farias on the 1-yard line to make it an easy punch-in for the Knights.
Finished up by Sawyer Jenks leaning that long body over the goal line as he'll take the shotgun snap, hand it to Alonzo Hernandez, stepping in and out. Boy, he's running hard. Look at him go all the way to the 45-yard line when they had their hands on him at the line of scrimmage. Well, I don't think he's run this hard all year.
No,
he might be feeling perfectly good.
Yeah, he's had some turf toe and some early things early in the year. He looks like he's feeling great. That was a play where you expect him to get bottled up for maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. He follows his pulling blocker well, and takes a step to the outside and turns a 2-yard gain into a 7-yard gain. Second down and short for the Knights.
Out to the 45-yard line of the Knights, going from our right to left. Again, the give to not Farias and Alonzo Hernandez, and he's only going to get across the 45 to the 46 as the defensive end that time did a good job of containing him, and he had the only way he could go was in, and that's what you do as a defensive end is force those running backs in, and his teammates are able to get there to stop him for a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 2. Minute 58 left to go in the first quarter. Knights lead 21-0.
This is a big play for the Bulldogs here. If they can stop the Knights and get the ball back or force them to punt, although this may be 4-down territory for the Knights considering their defense.
I formation in the backfield. Give to Hernandez. He's going to try to jump outside. He's going to get maybe another yard, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 1 at the Knight 47-yard line. I know Wiley. He's going. He's not messing around with this. As the 21-0 lead, he's not going to mess around.
He immediately brings Sawyer over, gives him a play call, sends him back out. So 1 yard at a time on the last 2 plays, going to bring up 4th down and almost exactly a yard to go here. The Knights on their own 47-yard line, looking to go for it.
You need to have some confidence. You need to be able to do this in the playoffs to get a yard when you need it. And Sawyer just steps left and right, and he's going to get it. He's going to get it, but just barely as he went left and right. They're going to get it almost to the 49-yard line, which is plenty. No controversy.
He's going to be a
first
football and a half beyond where he needed to get. So they should make this judgment call pretty quickly. They shouldn't have to measure anything.
Oh, they're going to measure? Give me a break.
That'd be a waste of all of our time. It's pretty easy to look straight across and see.
I can see from here it's the first down. There it is.
All right, there we go. Sawyer Jenks, 2 carries.
He didn't want to make a mistake, though.
2 carries, 2 yards for Sawyer Jenks, but one of them was a touchdown, and the other one was a big 4th down conversion.
At near midfield.
He's very efficient with his 1-yard gains.
The Knights will have it at the 48-yard line, their own 48-yard line. Minute 8 left to go in the first quarter. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. And we've got a flag.
Thrown early. I don't know if that's maybe something where the center adjusted the ball more than they wanted him to, or I'm assuming it's going to be on the Knights.
No, encroachment on the Knights. What they said, someone was over the line, and I didn't see that. But
you don't see that very often, encroachment on the offense, where the Knights were lined up literally off sides beyond the ball. Normally when you get that kind of when you get a penalty at the line on the offense, it's a scenario where they moved early or something like that. What they're actually saying is the Knights lined up off sides.
Back to the 43-yard line. First down and 15. Knights will bring 3 receivers near side to the left, spread them out. Hernandez to the left of Jenks, quick throw out here to CJ Quintero, steps in and out of his blocks, make the man miss. He's at the 50-yard line, still on his feet, going to get down about the 41-yard line. I think it's enough for a first down. They're not at the 41, and that's going to be a 16-yard gain for a first down, CJ Quintero. Great blocking.
Okanogan fans calling for a holding penalty on a block on the outside. I didn't see that one, but I did see a little bit farther downfield. Angel Farias using that big 6'2 frame for a great block on the edge that allowed CJ to pick up an extra probably 5-6 yards beyond what it would have picked up otherwise. Ball on the left hash here for the Knights. Trips formation to the right. Alonzo Hernandez to the right of Jinx and shotgun.
They're to the wide side of the field, going from our right to left. Play action to Hernandez, looking to throw. Caught by Farias at the 30-yard line. He's going to step in and out. He's still going. They're not going. Oh, they're going to get him.
Tripped
they just
him up.
Shoestring him right about
inside the
15, but he's going to fall right at the 11-yard line. First and 10 for the Knights.
That's a 30-yard gain from the 41 down to the 11. Rocking and rolling right now. That's 2 catches for 68 yards for Angel Farias.
11 seconds to go. Well, this is probably how this quarter is going to end. And the quarter is going to end here with the Knights with a 21-0 lead and playing very well. Very well. We'll take a break. Be back for the second quarter. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Second quarter about to begin. Knights have a 21-0 lead with, I guess the way to describe that first quarter is some big plays and some real solid running by Alonzo Hernandez. What does he have? 3 or 4? Well, he's probably up to 5 or 6 carries now, but at one point he had 2 carries for over 100 yards.
2 carries for 102 yards. Any of you guys listening at home, I feel bad that we don't have audio because you're missing. You're missing. That catch and run right there by Angel Farias, that was a man run right there. He ran, he caught the ball, turned upfield, ran through 2 guys, was about to get off to the races, and a shoestring grab is what brought him down on the 11-yard line.
They'll place the ball this time down on the far right side. So the Knights will switch sides, go from our right to left, head off to the south, I guess would be the direction we're going here. Start of the second quarter. First and 10 from the Bulldog 11-yard line. Jenks will stay in shotgun. Hernandez to his right. We'll give the ball to him, follows his line, puts his shoulder down, gets near the 5-yard line, follows those big barreling bodies headed pulling around to the left.
I'm going to put him on the 6. It's going to be a
4-yard gain. I don't know. I want to give that
It's 5.5. We're going to call it a 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain. Really, the ball will start on the 11, and it's about to the 6. So.
Being told 2 minutes left in the third quarter, Meridian still leads Montesano 14-7. That's the same score we had at halftime break.
Farias and Christensen spread wide right and left. Jenks this time will give to Hernandez, and he's going to get drugged down from behind. Oh, no, the ball came out. What do we got? Okanogan thinks they have it.
It appears they may. I didn't see a whistle or hear a whistle or anything for a forward progress.
And it is. Okanogan gets it down inside the 5-yard line. And we talked about, playoff football comes down to turnovers and penalties. And to just put the nail in the coffin would have been really nice here, but the Knights are going to have to step up with their defense with the ball on the Okanogan 5-yard line. And
if there's been anything that Alonzo struggled with a little bit this year, he has had 3 fumbles. That's his 4th fumble on the season. And not a great time to have it. See if the Knights defense here can keep the Bulldogs at bay and get the ball back in their offensive hands.
Okanogan spreads the field, looks to throw it,
nice
and
pressure.
over the top, and good pressure, and just bounces almost into Corbin Christensen's hands. And was that Rayner? Right up the middle, Rayner Barley, I think, was the man giving the pressure on the quarterback because he had to throw that a little before he wanted to, and it went high and wide.
Rams Gonzalez also back there. I wasn't sure which one got to him first, but definitely he had a Knight in his face as he was trying to make that throw to the right-hand side of the field. Incomplete.
2nd down and 10.
And, boy, with that deep drop, you better be careful about getting caught back there.
Okanogan will come and spread that field. Have Cates right behind him, but he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage from the side and the front.
So he was getting to get up off the side. That's who I want to give the credit.
That's Jack Diaz. Sliced in there from his linebacker spot right off that.
Great job.
They're going to give him, is that a yard? They do give him even 2 yards. Well, I'm surprised he got that far, but it'll be a 3rd down and 8.
Logan Gomez also has his nose tackle spot. Helps bring him down for that short gain. 3rd down and 8. This isn't a situation that the Bulldogs have found themselves in often this year.
Fly motion to Cates, and the ball's on the ground as they try to get it to the fly guy.
Can you just pitch it forward? It felt like
No, he got it out. They play action to the man up the middle, and the quarterback kept it just for a second and then quickly pitched it out to the outside. Can you advance the fumble like that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The ball advanced 6 yards.
Yeah, they're going to be up a 4th down and almost 4, long 3. And
you got to figure they're going to punt.
They're
here.
setting up in the punt formation.
Ball at about their own 11-yard line.
10 guys on the field.
Who?
Okanogan.
Angel Farias back deep to receive. This is one that maybe he's going to get a chance to return.
Hands on. He's coming out to this side. He's got good speed. He's got the wall around this side. Down the near side, 15 stepping in. They got their hands on him. They're going to get him. They're going to get him out just inside the 5-yard line.
He catches it on the Bulldogs' 45-yard line, returns it 40 yards all the way down to the 5-yard line. So they make the mistake that a lot of teams have made, and it's going to get the ball right back to the Knights, right where they had it, right where they had it before. And 9 minutes, 37 seconds left in the half. The Knights have a 21-0 lead, and Angel Farias comes up big on a 45-yard punt return down to the 5-yard line. Boy, these Bulldog coaches and fans are calling for a penalty on every single play. I guess in theory there probably is a penalty that happens on every single play, but the ones they're calling for, I certainly haven't been seeing.
I do like playoff football where they let the kids generally play. You don't want calls not called, but let them play as we have a flag flies at the snap, and it's going to be, boy, I don't know who that was intended for. We have 2 receivers in the vicinity. It went over the head of one man and went off the hands of the next man. But
it's going to be a legal shift against the Knights. So it's going to be pushed back 5 yards. It'll still be 1st and goal for the Knights, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And may not be the end of the world. It gives them a little bit more room to operate. Sometimes it's hard, especially when you want to throw a pass, when you're down inside that 5-yard line.
Yeah, I'm guessing one of those kids ran the pattern not where they were supposed to, and they kind of lined up and sort of let that ball fly and had to slice through 2 intended receivers. And so ball is going to be placed right about the 9-yard line, 1st and goal from the 9.
Whitehead starts the clock and then realizes it was an incomplete pass.
He quickly fixed it. His Knights will send 3 receivers wide to the left. Jenks in shotgun. Play action. Sawyer will loft out to the left, and he has the man there. Oh, boy. Just off the hands of Corbin Christensen. Just a little bit out of his reach.
Call that a drop, Mr. Corbin Christensen.
Almost. but lots of time and good play action.
No, that's the thing you like. Sawyer's had for the most part time enough to get to the spot he wants to, set his feet as he's looking for a receiver.
Second down and goal, the ball on the 9-yard line.
Corbin kind of breaking late to the left side of the end zone and just out on his fingertips, isn't able to bring it in. We're going to line up Corbin Christensen and Angel Farias both on the same side, on the wide side of the field in this formation.
Jenks will be in shotgun with Hernandez immediately behind him. They will give to Hernandez. He steps inside the tackle, inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. They try to sneak him around that right side. Defended fairly well for a 2-yard gain. Third down and goal, the ball on the 7.
Now this is a scenario I'd be interested to see. If the Knights don't convert here, do they possibly kick a field goal and make sure that the Bulldogs would have to score more than 3 touchdowns if they were to get back into this game? 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in the half.
If our soccer coach were here, I know what his answer would be.
Yeah, be kick it. Play clock running down.
Again, Farias and Christensen on the left side. Jenks looks to throw to Farias on that inside bubble. Puts his shoulder down. Is he going to get in?
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's give it.
No, they're going to say
they're going to mark him short, but he looks like he almost got his hands over the goal, but he's going to be just inside the 1-yard line, and it will bring up a 4th down and 1.
Knights will go for this.
To the goal line.
They'll go for this.
Quickly, they will go for this right now, as they will line 3 receivers wide out to the left, Jenks under center, and they'll hand to Hernandez, who puts his shoulder down and gets in there. Touchdown, Angel Hernandez.
Alonzo
Hernandez.
That's 11 carries for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns for Alonzo here in the first half.
You know, speaking of Angel, I liked what the paper writer called it, touched by an angel. When the Bulldogs have been touched by an angel a few times here in this game, but they've also been touched by an Alonzo and touched by a Sawyer, touched by a Corbin. I mean, the Knights are playing very well early here in the second quarter as Guerrero set to kick that extra point, and it's up and good. 8:06 left to go in the first half. Knights extend their lead to 28-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com. Knights lead 28-0, 8:06 left to go in the first half. Will kick from their own 40 from our left to right.
Speaking of extending leads, the Montesano Bulldogs go down now by 2 touchdowns. Meridian scores another touchdown, goes up 21-7 with 10 minutes left to go in that game. That's another quarterfinal 1A matchup going on right now. Short kick going to be taken on about the 23-yard line. Return man coming across to the middle of the field. He's going to get out maybe to about the 33-yard line before he's brought down.
They'll mark it at the 32. That's where they'll
Carter
start
Dorsey,
this position.
Jonathan Guadarrama, Carson Gilbert, all the guys around that tackle. Of course, we said there's a lot of touching going on. It's a football game.
Yeah, a lot of hitting, a lot of passing, a lot of catching. It's been I just did. When you don't have any head-to-head things to compare to, you just don't know what you're going to get. And the Knights have played exceptional. And Alonzo Hernandez has run like a man. Hand off to that
what
Cates,
a great tackle!
Great tackle. We got to see who that is. That's Eddie Cortez. That was Eddie Cortez coming in from that outside linebacker on the backside, I think.
Eddie or Jack?
Well, I think it's number 6 coming from the left side. I might be wrong, but
where is Eddie playing? Because Jack, Eddie, and Alonzo are both out there.
One of the linebackers came in from the left side.
You know who's not out there?
Well, they're playing like a 43.
Is Isaac not out there?
Isaac is not out there. he was walking a little tenderly on offense.
Isaac
as I
is
was
not
watching
out
him.
there. So Jack is in Isaac's place.
Motion left to right. They'll get to Cates, and he gets cut down right at the original line of scrimmage. He gets those yard and a half back. It'll bit back out.
Rams Gonzalez brings him down.
They'll put it at the 32-yard line, 3rd down and 10.
So Isaac Ellis not in the game. Jack Diaz is in his place, and Eddie Cortez and Alonzo Hernandez are the middle linebackers. And Rams Gonzalez.
Isaac over on the sideline just standing there. And if he's a little tender, this is a good point at 28-0 to say we got another game to play, hopefully.
Rams, Gonzalez, Rainer Byerly, Micah Alberts, the 3 front men for the Knights.
Nelson will sprint out to his left, lets that pass go, and caught Angel Farias on the coverage right at the 40-yard line.
It's going to be short but close. The pass was caught by number 23, Levi Van Huizen. I'm sure I butchered that one up.
Ball's going to be placed at the 40, 4th down and about 2. We'll see what they decide to do here. Be down 28-0, you know.
You got to figure they're going to go for it here. At this point,
Nelson bringing that play in, but is he also the punter?
That's a good question.
Nope, they're going to come up.
No, they're going for it.
He'll stay in that pistol formation.
And the Knights are going to jump off sides.
Jump off sides, and that's the sort of thing that they've been doing the last few weeks that they really got to clean up.
They were bringing the house.
Because they
were bringing the house.
It'll bring it out to the 45-yard line, first set of downs for the Bulldogs. 5:50 left to go in the first half.
I hope they didn't have a pass play over the middle called. It's better off that we jumped off sides if that's the case, because we were bringing 9 guys. What do we got? The White House hat is blowing the whistle, calling his time, and
it's almost like Jack's got
Jack's coming off, and Isaac's coming back in. No, there's a little more story about. Well, you want to call for number 22? Let's see what he does for you right here.
Knocks the ball. I think he got a finger on that.
He may or may not have, but he's a little bit hobbled.
He's got the ankle or something going on. So
Nelson's pass out to the right, out pattern, defended by Corbin Christensen, but the ball skips to the receiver anyways. Isaac stays in while they're working on Jack. Isaac definitely favoring that ankle, but he's a warrior, lined up on the right side of the defensive formation for the Knights.
Quick pitch out. Boy, lots of room to run. Steps in and out, and they're going to throw that big, huge block
in the
back.
They're going to throw 2 at the same block.
And there's no disputing it. And you're going to hear a big. I should turn the microphone down at the crowd because they're not going to be happy about this. Because it sprung him for a first down across midfield out into Knight territory down to about the 44, which would have been good enough for a first down, but that play's coming back.
Instead, it's going to be a net penalty of about 5 yards. The flag was thrown 5 yards downfield. They're definitely talking to the Knights captains, Corbin Christensen, coming over to make a determination. But
and not
clearly
the reaction that I thought, because actually you can see that
they must have seen it themselves.
Definitely.
It was 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. It's a 10-yard penalty, so when they mark that off, it'll be a net 5-yard penalty. They'll replay the down, so it'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Bulldogs from their own 40-yard line.
5:28 left to go in the first half.
Ball's on the right hash.
Nelson takes the shotgun snap, looks to throw. He does down that right side, way over his intended receiver. Good coverage by Christensen, who kind of had him bottled up on that sideline.
So he went to the outside receiver on the right side. Good thing he didn't go to the slot receiver on the right side, because Alonzo Myrick got tripped up and fell to the ground. It would have been wide open. But that pass was at least 7 yards beyond the intended receiver.
So is Alonzo Myrick a conglomeration of Alex and Lorenzo together?
I don't know. Did I say Alonzo?
Yeah,
Myrick?
but we
Lorenzo,
say all kinds
Alonzo,
of stuff.
they're both running backs.
That Myrick kid.
It's a challenge.
The sophomore
We're gonna have
who's
to give
going to
him-
be here 2 more years.
We're gonna have to, and Alonzo's going to be here another year too. We're going to have to give him some nicknames.
Quick pitch out to Cates, stepping in and out. Farias makes him make the move to the inside, and he's going to get to the 46-yard line. He'll get 6 yards of that back, but it's going to be at the 46-yard line of the Bulldogs, bring up a 4th down and 9.
Eddie Cortez does a good job also scraping to the outside on that play. It was really an isolated play. All the action for the Bulldogs was to the right, and they just isolated a toss to the left, trying to catch the Knights off guard. But Angel Farias wasn't having anything to do with it, and then Eddie Cortez did a nice job staying home and scraping out and helping out.
Diaz has the arm covered that probably had a little blood on it as the other high snap, but it's pulled down.
They're going to kick it to Angel Farias.
He's going to catch that ball, and he has a man right on it. Juan Hoeda wants a flag for the guy being right on Angel as he caught it, but
what I couldn't tell is if Angel. I don't think Angel called for a fair catch.
No, he didn't. But I didn't see the guy that caught him, but it was right on top of him as he caught it. No return at the 28-yard line of the Knights.
Knights have 4 minutes and 36 seconds left until the halftime break. And you got to figure if they can control the ball here and march down and put some more points on the board, that's going to be quite a hole for the Bulldogs to try to crawl out of.
I formation in the backfield, Jinx under center, and a whistle from the near side. I think we're going to have a timeout. Okanogan calls a timeout. We'll take one too. 4:36 left to go in the first half. You're listening to RowKnightsFootball.com.
At Napa Auto Parts, we know that trucks are as varied as their owners. From small imports and full-size pickups to vans large and small, even bigger rigs. If you own a truck, Napa has more of what you need than anybody. So no matter what truck you drive, we've got the part or accessory for you. Well, almost every truck. At Napa Auto Parts, you'll find the largest selection of different parts and accessories available anywhere, and the most knowledgeable people in the business. Great products, great prices, and great people. That's Napa.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Coming out of that timeout, the ball's handed off to Alonzo Hernandez, and he's shucking tackles left and right.
Going to pick up at least 4 yards.
He's going to get 4 yards out to about the 33. I think we're going to mark that. He does get a 4-yard gain on that. He's tired of having that spot time with Lorenzo Meyer.
Lorenzo.
Christensen and Farias near side here to the right together. Jenks under center. Will give to Hernandez. He breaks outside. Good move across the 40 to the 50. Going to be driven out of bounds right about the 45. I think they're going to mark him right at the 45. So he's got
13 more yards.
6 plus 6 or 7. Yeah. 13-yard run out to the Knight, 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
Now the Bulldogs, I can't remember what their record was last year. The 2 years previous to that, they were a B11 school and won the state championship 2 consecutive years. So you've got a team that's won the state championship 2 out of the last 3 years against the Knights, who are the 2-time, I hate to say defending. Coach Allred doesn't like the word defending.
Right.
But that won the state championship 2 times. We're going to have a penalty against the Knights. I'm assuming this is going to be
encroachment again?
An encroachment, or I don't know what that is.
Is that illegal participation, in the huddle?
So no, what that might mean, that might have something to do with like an equipment infraction, like maybe a mouthpiece or a
He's been warned.
Shoot, I don't know. He's going to move the ball back to the 40-yard line of the Knights. They'll have the ball first down and 15 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Hearing that the Meridians added on one more touchdown, they have a three touchdown lead against Montesano. That's a game that was hard to pick as well.
Jenks takes the shotgun snap, gives to Hernandez, and the big that's not the big guy. The left tackle got in there on the pull, and he read that pull. He filled the hole from the vacating guard and just disrupted that play for a big loss.
Well, actually a 2-yard loss because it was already a 5-yard penalty before that. But Hernandez hasn't had many plays for a loss. No. That's only the second play where he hasn't had at least, I'll say at least 3 yards, except for the fact that he had a touchdown from the 1-yard line.
Back to the 38-yard line. Knights have a 2nd down and 17.
Isaac Ellis going to make his way off the field.
Knights will spread the field left and right. Jenks shotgun. Hernandez to his left. He's looking to throw it. He does to Hernandez on that left side, and he's going to get out to midfield. Not going to get first down, but he's going to get into Bulldog territory just across midfield to the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. That will bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
That's a 13-yard gain to Hernandez.
Good hands on that.
I was going to say he's not known for his hands, but he's playing out of his mind tonight, and so nothing's beyond expectation.
Again, the Knights will spread the field. 2 receivers near side to the right. Jenks will stay in shotgun. Looks to throw. Looks on the right side. Now he looks back to the left. He's going to have to just tuck it and run. And he's going to have to just put his shoulder down, and he gets popped right at that last second. He tried to get that first down. He's not going to quite get it.
He's going to come up a yard
right back
short.
Up, and he got popped pretty good.
He wasn't able to see Corbin, but as he started to scramble on the far side, on the Knights sideline, the defender lost track of Corbin, and Corbin broke deep. But by the time that happened, Sawyer had enough pressure on him that he just had to scramble and get what he could out of it.
4th down and very, very short here at the Bulldog 46-yard line.
Going to be an I formation in the backfield for the Knights. Tight end is going to be shifted over to the right.
And they will give to Hernandez on the lead. He'll get it and a few more inside the 45 down to the 43.
He only needed 1. He's going to get 3. 15 carries for 148 yards, so nearly a 10-yard per carry average. Obviously, when your first touch goes for 65 yards, that
skews the average.
That skews the average a little bit, but.
Minute 48 left to go in the first half. Knights lead 28-0. They have the ball 1st and 10 on the Bulldog 43-yard line. Shotgun snap. Jenks quickly goes to his left. Does a good job. Boy, if he gets this ball off, and he does, and it's... Was that caught?
No,
nope, it went off the hands of Corbin Christensen, but he had to twirl around to his left to avoid that pressure that was coming unblocked, and that was some good elusive running by... That was Russell Wilson looking almost by that tall, long body.
It almost looked like that defensive man was left unblocked, and it was Sawyer's responsibility to make sure he eluded him.
2nd down and 10 on the 43-yard line. That stops the clock at a minute 28 left to go in the first half.
No doubt the Knights want to put up another touchdown here before the break.
3 receivers wide to the right, near side, going from our left to right. Jenks shotgun. This time, Lorenzo Myrick in the backfield.
Bulldogs showing pressure. They bring it from the outside
and they
edge.
Get it to Myrick. He just has one man to beat. He just gets sliced down right at the last second.
Oh, that would have been a big gainer.
Good tackle. He's going to get about the 41-yard line. He's going to just get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8. But, boy, if he could have stayed on his feet there, that would have been a big gain.
If he could have skated by that one guy, he had the first down and more as he had blockers out in front. As it is, 3rd down and 8. Trips to the right for the Knights.
Minute left to go. Jenks lets that ball go across the middle. And, big hit.
But it's a catch.
Caught.
But it's a catch and a first down.
What about defenseless and all that sort of garbage that's going on this year? Because that was a big hit, and Gage Christensen held on to that ball.
14-yard catch for the first down. So
wow.
I'll say this.
Some big catches this
I'll say this. That was a great hit, but the even better play was that Gage, who's in the game right now, who hasn't played much varsity at all, holds on to that in a big moment for the Knights.
Give to Myrick on that left side. Steps inside. Man, gets dragged down from behind. Gets down to the 25-yard line. The clock's running at 40 seconds. And the Knights do have their 3 timeouts. So they got plenty of timeouts. They're going to line right up quickly, try to get a play off here. Catch the Bulldogs without, letting them get any different defensive changes.
5-yard gain for Myrick.
Quickly, Jenks in shotgun. Looks to throw. Pump fake. And he's got a man. And it's going to be... just knocked out of the last second. The safety came over and just got his hand on that ball as there was a double move. The ball was on target, but the safety was able to float over just in time and get his hand on it. That stops the clock at 21 seconds.
3rd down and 5 for the Knights from the Bulldogs' 25-yard line.
Knights not messing around, wanting to line up and go right now. Jenks in shotgun. He's got Myrick to his left. 3 receivers set wide to the right. They're going from our left to right. Takes the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Going to throw across the middle, and it's over the intended receiver. That's to Gage Christensen again, I think, but a little high and behind. That will stop the clock at 15 seconds left. 4th down and 5 at the 25. So 3 touchdowns, 3 timeouts left with 15 seconds. So you do have time to get that first down and get the clock stopped.
Sawyer may be pressing that ball deep when maybe there was something underneath. You got the 3 timeouts. You want to get what you can. But now the Knights are 4th down and 5. They've got to pick up the first here.
Myrick to his right. Pressure from the right, and there's too much pressure, and they're going to get the Knights on this, and they're going to sack him right about the 35-yard line as they brought guys from the corners, and clock stops with 9 seconds left.
So the Knights don't get any offensive production on that, but if you remember right, they got the ball with over 4 minutes, about 4.5 minutes left in the half, and they've ground that down all the way to just allowing the Bulldogs under 10 seconds from their own 35-yard line.
They do have their 3. It says 3 up there, but I know they've taken 1 timeout, so they have 2 timeouts. And the Knights are going to take a timeout, and we'll take one too. 9 seconds left to go in the half. Knights lead 28-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Hard work, determination, team spirit. These are all qualities that put a winning team on the field, and the folks at Saddle Mountain Supply know something about a winning team. For over 30 years, Saddle Mountain Supply has worked hard to provide the highest level of service to the local community. They are determined to offer the best quality products at competitive prices. And they boast one of the top teams in the ag industry, ready to offer a helping hand or timely assistance. From bookwork to fieldwork, from accurate applications to reliable recommendations, Saddle Mountain Supply is committed to using the latest in technology and training to attend all your agronomic needs. Check out our website at www.performanceag.com for the latest in industry trends and market prices. Saddle Mountain Supply at performanceag.com. Quality you can count on, performance you can plan on.
All right, 9 seconds left to go in this half. Okanogan has the ball on their own 35-yard line. Knights took a timeout to make sure they were prepared for any trickery. As Cates is going to get around that right side, tucks in. He's going to get across the 35 and brought down on the 36 or 37-yard line.
Jack Diaz on the
That's going to end this half on a 2-yard gain by Cates on this near side. So the halftime ends, and the Knights lead 28-0. We'll play a little music and come back with some halftime stats. Stay close. This is a good one. Knights lead 28-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Napa Auto Parts. We know you have a choice of where to go when it comes to get parts and accessories for your vehicle. We appreciate every time you choose Napa. More and more folks just like you are choosing Napa every day. And we like to think there are a couple of pretty good reasons for that, like Napa's quality parts, our national warranty program good at over 6,000 Napa stores, as well as thousands of Napa Auto Care centers. At Napa, you'll find quality, experienced people to help you find everything from which wiper blade or set of brakes is best for your vehicle to the best running board or shocks for your truck, SUV, or car. And when it comes to selection, we've got more different parts and accessories available than any other parts store, period. Go to Napa for quality parts, quality people, huge selection, and the best warranty in the business. Napa.
Napa. Get the good stuff.
Hard work, determination, team spirit. These are all qualities that put a winning team on the field, and the folks at Saddle Mountain Supply know something about a winning team. For over 30 years, Saddle Mountain Supply has worked hard to provide the highest level of service to the local community. They are determined to offer the best quality products at competitive prices, and they boast one of the top teams in the ag industry, ready to offer a helping hand or timely assistance. From bookwork to fieldwork, from accurate applications to reliable recommendations, Saddle Mountain Supply is committed to using the latest in technology and training to attend all your agronomic needs. Check out our website at www.performanceag.com for the latest in industry trends and market prices. Saddle Mountain Supply at performanceag.com. Quality you can count on, performance you can plan on.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Wireless at 932-5088. Saddle Mountain Wireless, 932-5088. Super fast internet is here.
Stats, Mike.
Stats, Mike? Is that what you're calling me? Or you want stats?
Mike.
Okay, gotcha.
And they're going to be good stats.
Before we do that, I'm going to give you the final score. Meridian outlasts Montesano 28-7. So that was one that, coin flip could have gone either way. Meridian plays great defense. They play in a league kind of like Okanogan does, where it's hard to tell whether they're good or not. They've been beating their opponents pretty good, and their defense is very good. Meridian, on the other hand, has been an offensive juggernaut. They've won games, but they've given up a lot of points, so they've been high-scoring games, offensive shootouts.
Right.
And
well, I mean, what was their score last week? Something like 63-54.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, and so just a lot of offense there. They were able to muster enough offense to score 28 points against Montesano, and Montesano's only able to score 7, so Montesano goes down. Meridian moves on. They will wait to see who wins in a game that's going to start at 8 o'clock tonight between Cascade Christian and La Center. La Center made it to the semifinals last year and were beat out by the Connell Eagles, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
La Center is a running team. They run a real tight formation, ball control kind of a team. And Cascade Christian, a little more wide open offense.
We called 4 yards in a cloud of rubber pellets.
Yeah, I called it telephone booth offense because you could fit the whole 11 guys in that little tiny space the way they line up so tight. But nobody knows what a telephone booth is anymore, I guess. Okay.
This just in, before you do that, from our stat keeper on the sideline, just texted me. He said, I think they're trying to camouflage their numbers. So,
oh, yeah.
This is a guy trying to record tackles and whatnot stuff, and he's like going.
Yeah, that's maroon on gray numbers on maroon jerseys is really hard to see. Anyways, here we go with stats for the Knights. On the ground, 20 carries for 148 yards. The obvious lion's share of that is 15 carries for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns by Alonzo Hernandez. Lorenzo Myrick had 1 5-yard carry late in the half. And then Sawyer Jinks has 4 carries for a total of a -5. So the 5 yards from Myrick and the -5 from Jinks cancel each other out. And 148 yards.
-5 went for a score. That was pretty good.
Yeah, 4 carries for -5 yards, but a touchdown. And if you remember, I had a real critical fourth down conversion.
Yep.
So about a 7.5 yards per carry average, even when you factor in the negative yards from Sawyer. So 20 carries, 148 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. And for the Knights through the air, Jinks has completed 60% of his passes. That's 9 out of 15 for 139 yards and 1 touchdown. So 148 on the ground, 139 through the air. Can't ask for much more balance than that. He completed 9 passes to 7 different receivers. The only receiver with multiple catches is Angel Farias. He's got 3 catches for 75 yards, and that first one was that 38-yard circus catch that we just cannot wait to see on film.
Crazy.
Other guys with catches, Corbin's got a 17-yard catch. Isaac Ellis got a 2-yard catch, and he's the one with the receiving touchdown, but he's got the least amount of receiving yards for the Knights. But 2 yards and a touchdown is exactly what the Knights needed. Let's see, C.J. Quintero's got a 16-yard catch. Alonzo Hernandez had a great 13-yard catch that was a big first down conversion on the Knights sideline. Lorenzo Myrick's got a 2-yard catch, and that was one that was almost broken for a lot more, and he was brought down on a screen play. And then Gage Christensen with a 14-yard catch. It wasn't the catch that was so impressive. It was holding on to it after he was belted by the safety. One of the best hits that we've seen. So that's the receiving stats for the Knights. Scoring recap, 11 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first quarter. So that was the very first play of the game, 65-yard touchdown run by Alonzo Hernandez. 5 minutes 15 left in the first quarter is when Isaac Ellis had his 2-yard touchdown catch. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter is when Sawyer Jinks ran it in from 1 yard out after Farias's circus catch. So 21-0 score at the half. The Knights only scored one time in the second quarter. That was another run by Alonzo Hernandez. That one was just from 1 yard out with 8 minutes and 6 seconds left. Knights were close again. They had the ball down deep. They had the ball with about 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Drove down quite a ways, but weren't able to convert and put any points on the board. Gave the ball back to Okanogan with 9 seconds left in the half, but Okanogan just ran the ball and weren't able to get anything out of it. So that's how we get to this halftime break. Both teams are out on the field and have warmed up. The Knights had the ball to start the first half because the Okanogan Bulldogs won the toss and chose to defer. That means the Okanogan Bulldogs are going to get the ball here to start this half. And so this is their chance to build some momentum, get a drive going, maybe get some points on the board and make this game a good contest. And the Knights, obviously, from the defensive perspective, they want to shut this drive down and get the ball back with good field position.
Okanogan won the toss and deferred, so they'll get the ball.
Who are you waving to over there?
Our stat man. He's wondering where I'm at, and he keeps wondering what. So I said I'm here above the Okanogan sideline, and he's having that same problem we've been talking about of trying to identify.
It's probably even worse down there at ground level rather than up here.
Well, the Knights looking to finish this game off well. Last week, Freeman came out second half, and the seniors stood tall and played really tough.
Yeah.
The Knights made some critical penalties and things like that, and it didn't allow them to score any touchdowns in the second half. As this second half will get underway, right at the 28-yard line, they try to turn and pitch it around, and boy, they cover that really well.
Oh, nice.
As they pitched it to the back man.
That's Grooms, number 4. They tried to get him to get the ball in his hands with that speed. Knowing those short kicks were coming to the same place, they obviously had worked on that coming out of the halftime break, but the Knights were there, stayed home in their lanes, and bring Grooms down basically for no gain whatsoever after the catch was secured.
Taking it at the 28, he stepped forward for 2, turned around and pitched it back to about the 24, and then he got drilled right about the 30-yard line.
So I expect these Okanogan seniors to play just as hard as the Freeman seniors did last week in the second half.
Flush Nelson out of the pocket. He's going to throw down here, and that's
intercepted
by
Lorenzo
Myrick. Jumps in front of that at the 49-yard line as Nelson threw out to the right side, had a little extra time. But as he did, the safety was able to come over, and Myrick stepped in front of that pass. The Knights start the second half big, just like they did offensively in the first half with a one-play run for 65 yards. Now they pick the ball off, and they're at the Okanogan 49-yard line just on their side of the field, going from our right to left.
Intended receiver number 22, Sean Park Epley, and he was in a good spot, but Lorenzo just stepped right in front of that thing and pulled it down and got the interception. And going to give the ball. So that basically negates the whole deferral process to get the ball to start the second half for the Bulldogs.
Jenks will start this second half under center, I formation in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right, play action to the right, and boy, that ball is going to fall incomplete. Tried to throw it to his fullback, Jack Diaz, but it's really at his toes and behind him, so just an off-target pass that falls incomplete. Second down and 10.
Looked like he had time as he rolled to his right to find Diaz.
I can't remember if there was a defender that kind of made him throw it back on the back shoulder, but ultimately just a tough pass to come up with, and it falls incomplete.
A few receivers at a few different levels. Jack Diaz was the nearest. And, just a pass where he had to bend over and try to pull that thing up off the turf. Isn't able to do it. Knights have the ball on the Bulldog 49-yard line, left hash.
Knights been sending Farias and Christensen together off to one side or the other for a lot tonight.
imbalanced formation to the short side of the field for the Knights.
Motion by C.J. Quintero. He follows his blocker, steps inside, puts his shoulder down, running hard, get down across well, he's not going to get across the 45. They're going to mark him at the 46-yard line.
Only going to
get a hard-fought 3 yards.
Ran through one tackle to get the 3 yards. 3rd down and 7 now for the Knights from the Bulldog 46-yard line. And we're in a situation here where for the Knights, especially what their defense has done so far, you expect this to be 4-down territory for the Knights. 3rd down and 7. Obviously they want to pick up 7 if they can, but they probably need to pick up at least 4 or 5 here to make it a manageable 4th down if that's what it comes to. Jinx directing traffic, moving his tight end from the left side to the right side.
Yeah, and they stop in for no gain. They're going to mark him just no gain, give to Hernandez right up the middle, and the defensive line comes up big for Okanogan. It's going to bring the first time the punt team is going to come out on the field for the Knights. With the ball on Okanogan 46-yard line, Knights will punt this, or line up to punt.
He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 7 for the Knights. C.J. Quintero, is he back to punt? He's a normal punter.
Good snap.
Barely gets it
away.
Off.
Pretty good punt. Taken right on the inside. Turns him in. He's across the 20. Still on his feet on this outside, but he gets tripped up right about the 30-yard line. So he had some room to run on that far side, but I didn't see who tripped him up. It almost is like as he cut inside, he got tangled in his own feet.
Well, Eddie Cortez was one of the guys down there early, and then I think he ended up making the tackle, getting back, working his way
on
back.
On the backside.
As Watts was trying to make some cuts out there, Eddie just got back in the play and helped bring him down.
They'll actually place it on the 32-yard line, so that's where they'll start here for this possession. Going from our left to right. 2 running backs behind Nelson. Looks to throw, rolls out to his right, pumps fakes. He likes to throw down this far side.
Could be intercepted again.
On the hands and just off his intended receiver, but Corbin read that ball well and adjusted to the pass.
Nelson has consistently overthrown the deep ball, and Corbin, knowing that, being smart, he breaks a little deeper than the receiver when he sees the ball go up, gets one hand on it. That would have been spectacular to have another interception already this early in the second half.
9:58 left to go in the third quarter. 28-0 Knights.
But we're going to see more of this because obviously the Bulldogs can't afford to spend the whole second half doing their grinding offense, and so they're going to have to take more chances, and that provides more opportunities as well for the Knights defense.
That motion across the back, the quarterback keeps it, pitches out to that pitch man. Lorenzo Myrick turns him in, but he's breaking free. He's got a lot of speed, but he's got he's got Angel Farias behind him, and he's not going to outrun him. Turns it back in,
nice
and a big hit by Alonzo Hernandez, but it's not till he gets all the way down to the 25-yard lines of the Knights.
That's a nice run, and that's an option
Grooms,
play.
I got to get that kid's name because they hand that ball to him a lot because he's their speed man. And I can just assume that's who it is because I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Grooms,
not a big guy, but a quick guy. Grooms is listed at 5'9", 165 pounds. He's a junior.
Down to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for Okanogan of the Knights. Quarterback throws, caught and immediately swallowed up. That is Corbin Christensen
on the coverage.
No, they're upset about the tackle now.
What could they be upset about?
I'm not sure because they tumbled down to the ground in violent fashion. I don't know, but it's been kind of amusing.
21 is the receiver that catches the ball, Jordan Jesse. He is the leading receiver.
He gets a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. They'll send one receiver wide out to the left. 2 running backs will stay in the backfield. And they'll give to the second man as in a crisscross. And he gets cut down inside the 22, about the 18 for a few. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, he's going to pick up about 3 yards on that. So the Bulldogs on the move. The second possession of the second half. After throwing an interception on the first play of their first drive, they've got the ball down inside the red zone on the Knights' 18-yard line.
Nelson gives to Cates, and he's cut down immediately by Eddie Cortez.
Eddie Cortez is a senior. He's a guy who's played. At times he's been the starting linebacker. At times he hasn't. Some games you don't see him much. Some games he plays a prominent role, and he's playing well.
A yard loss on that
really
play,
well.
but 4th down and 4 now.
So critical possession for both teams here. As the Bulldogs inside the red zone, they've got to be efficient in here, but now they've got 4th down and 4.
Nelson turns and pitches to Cates on that far side. Good speed. He's going to get brought down short. Knights are going to get the ball on a 4th down turnover.
Great recovery by Juan Ojeda to get out there and see what's going on and make a solid open field tackle on Cates.
Okanogan again, just like the first of the game, got down to the 25-yard line, and the Knights able to turn it over on downs and stop them from scoring. The only other time they've had the threat to score is they tried to kick that 42-yard field goal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So the Knights offensively need to reestablish themselves here as a dominant force that they were in the first half. Ball's on the ground. Oh, and it looks like Alonzo picked it up, and they swallowed that up. It's going to be a big loss, 3 or 4 yards back inside the 15 to the. We'll see where they mark it. This is exactly what the Knights can't do. This is some of the stuff they did last week in the second half against Freeman. It's going to be a
5-yard loss down to the 13. So 2nd down and 15. Clock inside, 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Jinx comes off the sideline with Coach Allred getting the play call. Knights are always in and out of the huddle pretty quickly as they break to the line of scrimmage here. Ball's on the right hash.
2 receivers near side. That's Christensen and Farias. Give to Alonzo Hernandez, and he's going to put his shoulder down and get across the 30 and get pushed out of bounds across the 30, but he's going to get good enough for 1st down yardage. On a 2nd down and 15, and he gets out to the 33-yard line.
It's a 20-yard gain.
Knights having some good success running
20-yard gain, and that's to the short side of the field along the Knights sideline as a couple blocks help seal that edge and allow him to get to the corner and turn upfield and pick up. He needed 15, and he got 20.
Jenks under center, I formation in the backfield. Give to Hernandez on the right side on the kick-out block. He's on that far side. He puts his shoulder down, puts his hand down.
And he's running guys.
He is running guys over. And
There's a penalty marker down. There's a penalty marker down.
Likely, probably a blocking penalty on the Knights back here.
The penalty looks like it's thrown about 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. So that'll negate the 16-yard potential gain. It's going to be an illegal block on the Knights. And so it looks to me like the net result will be about a 5-yard penalty against the Knights. It's been several times where we've talked about on both sides where there's been penalties, holding penalties that are about 5 yards downfield. Because it's not the first time I've said that there's going to be a net 5-yard penalty. So it'll be retain the down for the Knights, 1st down, but it'll be 1st down and 15 from their own 30-yard line, 28-yard line, instead of what would have been out near midfield without the penalty. And I tell you what, Alonzo's working.
He is.
Alonzo's now. The line as well. The line is doing a great job, giving him creases and seams, but he's not needing much as he finds one little crease, turns the ball upfield, and he is running hard.
I thought you were going to do your John Gruden imitation right there as well. I tell you what,
I could have.
Let's do it. 2 receivers near side. Jenks again under center with the I formation in the backfield. They'll play action this time to Hernandez as they're going to throw that deep. And Ferris is there, and they're going to throw that on him because he shoved off on him right before the ball came. Good call. The boos are absolutely unwarranted because that was
number 3, sophomore contact. Peyton Judd trying to cover the speedy Angel Farias. Peyton Judd is a 5'5", 150-pounder, and Angel's 6'2", about 190. So
now, is that a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down? Is that
it's a 15-yard penalty.
Automatic first down.
And it's a first down either way after that 5-yard penalty before.
So it'll roll it out here to the right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where they spot it. We'll see where they spot it.
That's where it should be. I'm saying they should put it there, and it should be a first down.
Are they going to call it a first down, or are they going to say first down?
Isn't it an automatic first down?
Yeah, he just called it out.
Yeah.
So because where they spotted it, if it wasn't an automatic first down, they would have had to take a real close look at it, maybe even measure. But he just called a first down, so automatic first down.
1st and 10, ball on the 43-yard line of the Knights. Going from our right to left, I formation in the backfield. Jenks under center. Will give to Hernandez on the right side, following his blockers.
Look at those
across
blockers.
the 50, all the way down inside the 50, across fifth midfield down to
Rams Gonzalez.
Right to the 45-yard line.
Rams Gonzalez out there lead blocking.
Boy, they get out there in front of him, don't they?
Yeah, it's a train. It is a train coming at you with those guys as agile as they are. Rams Gonzalez, especially the guy that can really move out there, sets up some great blocks to get Alonzo to the edge. They keep running to the short side of the field.
Jenks under center will give to Hernandez on the left side. He cuts through the blockers, room to run.
Nice
into
move.
the outside, still on his feet inside the 30, brought down right about the 25-yard line. That's a 20-yard run.
They're going to call it the 24, so he's going to pick
21.
up 21 yards. And, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to push him to 20 carries for 206 yards.
Making a solid bid for PerformanceAg.com Performer of the Game. You got to throw Angel.
It's his at this point.
You got to throw Angel into it.
If you want to talk about the what would we call that? The Saddle Mountain Wireless high-speed play of the game. We could give that to Angel, but Alonzo is all but locked up the PerformanceAg.com Performer of the Game. 200 yards rushing, season high.
Two new running backs in the backfield, an I formation. Play action on the left side. Jenks rolls out to his right. Caught to C.J. Quintero, who lined up at fullback. Inside the 10, going to get driven out of bounds right about this 6-yard line. They're going to mark it.
18 yards.
Yeah, they brought in They brought in Lorenzo Myrick at 2-back and C.J. Quintero at 1-back. Did play action to the left. He snuck around the backside, pitched that ball down to about 10 yards downfield, able to get all the way down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for the Knights.
CJ's second catch on the night for 34 yards.
Two receivers set wide left and right. That's Farias and Christensen. The give to Myrick. He's following those linebackers.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown. Lorenzo Myrick, quick speed in that end zone. Following that. And I want to call out number 68 is
Daniel Paxton.
Daniel Paxton. And he was pretty excited because he knew he knew what they just did. And they just pancaked a few guys, and Lorenzo was able to jump around that outside, scoot right into the corner of the end zone untouched.
I tell you what, Daniel Paxton's got a low center of gravity. If he gets his mitts on you, he's going to drive you back. You are not going to get underneath him.
Guerrero, extra point. Up and good. 4:35 left to go in the third quarter. Knights extend their lead to 35-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Oh, my mouse came loose there. I couldn't play another song. My mouse came loose.
We lost something
wasn't
there.
doing anything.
You know, after the Bulldogs went down inside the 25-yard lines, threatening to score on the Knights able to stop them on a 4th down, take and drive the entire field, quickly score to make that score 35-0 for their first score of the second half. 4:35 left to go in the third quarter.
And again, Alonso Hernandez really establishing his dominance, carrying the ball, the line, pulling and making some great lead blocks.
High kick taken right down about the 26-yard line, steps in and out, but he's going to get right back to about the 30, which is what's kind of happened here tonight as they get 1 or 2 yards return on that short kick.
Jonathan Guerrero gets him around the ankles and doesn't allow him to get any farther. He just falls forward to the 30. Yeah, like you said, all of their drives have been around that 30-yard line. So the Knights haven't given them great field position other than
turnover.
Maybe that turnover, and that's about it.
They'll spread the field a little bit more this time. Nelson will stay in that pistol. And quick pitch out to Cates out on that right side. He's just going to put his shoulder down and try to make Corbin Christensen pay, but he just went low, and Cates went over the top of it.
I think Cates was so intent on that contact that he almost gave himself up by leaning too far forward.
4-yard gain.
At the moment of impact, Corbin hits him, and he comes down. But he does pick up 4 yards, moves the ball out to the 34-yard line. Ball's on the right hash. We have 4 minutes left in the third quarter. The Bulldogs trail the Knights by a score of 35-0.
So they're going to be spreading that field and looking to move the ball quickly if they have any prayer of trying to get anything going. A quick pitch to Cates on the right side, and slides off the tackle of Lorenzo Myrick and gets driven out of bounds by
Alonso Hernandez is the one that brings him out of bounds.
Actually, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds back at the 41 here, just enough past, about a yard past first down marker, so that will still be a first down, but back at the 41.
Good hard running by Cates, and when he gets back to the huddle, his guys are giving him 5, trying to keep him pumped up here. They know that he's a guy that can make a difference for them, and if he can get in a little bit of rhythm here, that might help.
Well, keep in mind
considerably.
And the ball goes to Cates on that left side, and he's going to get cut down. That's a good tackle by Eddie Cortez.
Yeah, in fact, that might be a loss. It's going to be a loss of about a yard as Cortez is doing a great job. We talked about him tonight, coming up big.
Big Brother Val.
Knights.
Big Brother Val wants a game here in a week or two, and his little brother's doing what he can to make sure that happens.
Yeah, Eddie Cortez, younger brother of former multiple-year starting linebacker Valente Cortez, or as Coach Jeremy Scroggins used to call him, Violente.
Violente. Second down and long 10. Taking a while to get set here, and they're going to end up calling a timeout, Okanogan, as they have the play clock's winding down. We'll take a break, too. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Knights lead 35-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
From the most trusted name in the Columbia Basin comes Callahan Gravel. You'll love Callahan's rock-solid product. Multiple applications include driveways, roads, stackyards, and landscaping. A pothole's worst nightmare. Call Callahan Gravel at 346-2208 to get rocked.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Okanogan still on the sideline. Referees starting that play clock right now.
Coach is spending way more of their time during the timeout talking to the officials than they are coaching their players. Not happy with the current status of the game and trying to come up with some reasons why.
Second down and long 10. Motion across the backfield.
Looking for a double play, pass play.
And he's going to get drilled. Turned in by CJ Quintero.
The ball's on the ground. It's turnover. Rams Gonzalez picks it up.
No, they're saying it down. The back judge is saying the ball was down. Was that Eddie again?
I'm not sure if I think it was Eddie. I think it was CJ got there first.
In and Eddie got
CJ turned him in. Eddie got the big sack. The ball comes loose. Rams Gonzalez pounces on it, but they say that what's his name? Groom's coming around on that sweet pass.
But he was looking to pass, and he stood there long enough that CJ turned him in, and Eddie's able to bring him back down from that backside.
So Eddie's got a tackle for loss and a sack, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 21 here for the Okanogan Bulldogs from their own 30-yard line.
Nelson fakes to Cates, gives to Grooms on that inside. Lots of room to run. At the 45, he's going to get close. He's going to get all the way out to the 48, 49-yard line. We'll see the far judge has it on the 48. That's going to mark him about 3 yards short of a first down as Grooms is able to turn in and go straight up the middle for a lot of room. Boy, don't fall off the backside there, bud.
My chair almost went off the ledge. It's about a 2-foot drop.
So they're going to mark it at the 48.
So they're going to go for it here. That's a nice run by Grooms. As he gets, at that time, instead of doing end around, they fake the handoff to Cates going up the middle, and then they give him the ball coming off tackle on an inside handoff instead of an outside handoff. 4th down and 3.
Why isn't this offensive offsides here on the right side? Just like
ball's on the ground,
and that's going to have it. Quarterback went to run, and it just like it fell out of his hands.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to pull it out of Cates' arms and pick it up himself. Who's that down?
Logan Gomez is down on the field, kind of kicking.
Let's see.
I don't want that to be an injury because that's a kid that deserves a chance to finish this year off.
Absolutely. So I couldn't tell if Nelson was trying to pull the ball away from Cates and keep it himself. On that exchange, there was some confusion as the ball goes to the ground, and I couldn't see who pounced on it from the backside. Did you see who that was? Was it Logan?
He's part of that scrum, and that's how he's gotten injured here as he was part of the fumble recovery.
He's rolling around, moving. I'm not sure where the injury is. Maybe he got the wind knocked out of him, and if that's the case,
that'd be fantastic.
That would be great. Now, the first time it happens to you, you're pretty nervous. It doesn't look like he is limping. I don't think it's anything more than maybe he either got the ball wind knocked out of him, or maybe
you experienced this too when you played football. Whenever you have that opportunity to get on a ball, sometimes you're the one that gets the ball. Everyone gets on top of you, and there's nothing worse than being on top of the ball with a 250-pound guy jumping on you.
Yeah, so especially if the point of that ball is maybe sticking up a little bit, and that
makes me feel good because Logan's a kid that deserves to finish this year off. And
looks to me like he's just trying to get his breath, really, and that's great.
Good.
Yeah.
Minute 27 left to go in the third quarter. Knights get the ball on the turnover on that fumble. They'll have the ball on the Okanogan 45-yard line going from our right to left.
That does mean we'll have a new center into the game, Micah Albert.
Play action to the left.
Nice play action.
Sawyer's going to throw that ball downfield, and it's caught by Corbin Christensen. He's going to get driven out of bounds just inside. I thought he's inside the 5, but he's not. They're going to say he went out about the 7.
From the 45 all the way down to the 7. So that's a 38-yard gain, and that was beautiful,
nice pass and
beautiful
nice
play action. I mean, that play action was great. So what did I say, 38 yards? That's 2 catches for 56 yards for Corbin Christensen. Moves the ball inside the 10, down to the 7, on the right hash. Knights in the red zone and trying to go up by 6 touchdowns.
Jenks under center. Give to Hernandez, who just clipped out that block on that belly play. He's going to get on there inside. Now they're going to throw a flag right at the last second.
Somebody's helmet came off. They're going to throw a flag. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
But he bulled his way in there. Boy, he ran. Boy, he's running just incredibly hard tonight.
He is. I think this is going to go against the Bulldogs. Let's see. I think this is going to go against the Bulldogs.
Face mask on the Bulldogs. Declined. Throw your hands up. Do you want to decline it and touchdown, or do you want to run the play again 5 yards closer? What's your choice?
Give us the signal.
Here it is.
So that was illegal hands to the face, I'm sure is what it was. Resulted in a face mask against the Bulldogs.
Well,
what?
What do you got? Offsetting? What just happened here?
Oh, he calls a touchdown.
Now he goes.
Now he calls a touchdown. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. I was supposed to call a touchdown.
That's the running clock touchdown right there for the Knights. Move over that 40-point threshold, which will get this game over in a hurry.
So that came from the 7-yard line, wasn't it?
Yes. Osvaldo Guerrero, again, set to kick the extra point. Good snap. Good hold. Extra point good. Minute 11 left to go in the third quarter. Knights extend their lead to 42-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com. And they're going to enforce that.
That's what he meant. He's going to enforce the penalty, 5-yard incidental face mask. They're going to enforce it on the kickoff. So instead of kicking off from the 40, CJ will kick off from the 45. So the Knights get to the running clock here just before the end of the third quarter against the Okanogan Bulldogs. Score 42-0, and the Knights are sending a message.
Rolling.
I mean, these guys, this Okanogan Bulldog team is good.
Good team.
They are good. The Knights are playing out of their minds.
They're going to punch it here to this left side, taking right inside the 20 to the 19, trying to get around that right side. He's stepping in and out, and he's going to get cut down right about the 27, 28-yard line.
See who comes up off the bottom of that pile. It's going to be number 12, Johnny Guadarrama again. He's been in on about every single special teams tackle for the Knight.
Jose Carrillo also in on there, number 35 for the Knights, a senior for the Knights. So now we're down to a minute 3.
What do you know? The ball's going to be right near the 30-yard line again.
Yep.
They're going to be spotted on the 29.
And this
clock is running. Under a minute left in the third quarter.
Okanogan will spread the field. Nelson will take that snap. Looks to throw on the right
intercepted.
side. Big
Pick
time
six.
intercepted.
See ya.
Pick 6. Not even close. Corbin Christensen.
32 yards.
Like,
interception. Returned for a touchdown.
Like they called it to him.
It's a little quick out pass. He saw it. He recognized it. He jumped it.
Wasn't even close.
There was no play action. There was no play action. The quarterback just took a 3-step drop out of that pistol shotgun formation and looked and telegraphed right where he was throwing to. Corbin stepped in front. 32-yard interception return for a touchdown. And we're still in the third quarter.
Corbin heard you talk about sending a message, and he wanted to send one himself. As Osvaldo Guerrero will kick the extra point, and it's up and signaled good. 4:24 left to go in the third quarter. Knights lead 49-0. You're listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
My name is Chris Culbertson. I own Colby's Greenhouse. We grow 3 to 4 million plants a year. We put 1 million miles a year on our rigs. We service a dozen farm vehicles. I've been a good Napa customer. This is the first business truck that I ever bought, so it's had a lot of Napa parts. One thing I like about my local Napa store, I just call them up and say, hey, they know who I am. I would recommend that anyone shop at Napa. Great prices, great availability, excellent warranty. Napa's the one for us.
Napa, get the good stuff.
Lead 49-0, 4:24 left to go in the third quarter, and they will tee it up again on their own 40-yard line.
So the Knights scored with 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the third quarter, and now with 42 seconds left, they've added a second touchdown here in the quarter. 3 touchdowns total for the quarter.
Knights will punch it to this left side, taken right about the 22-yard line, right up the middle, drilled right at the 29, just like last time, right about the 29 or 30. And it's the same result that the Knights have been able to consistently cover that.
Guess who gets up off the bottom of that pile? Number 12, Jonathan Guadarrama. Also number 63, Booth.
Hunter Booth in on that. So 1st and 10 with that clock winding. So the third quarter is going to end here shortly. We'll see if they get a playoff. I think they will. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, going from our left to right. Give to Cates. He's drilled. It's going to be.
Man.
It's going to be
who's on the bottom?
A little bit of a loss. And that is
Rams guns. No, that's Javier Hutron.
Is number 50 in there?
The Hoot Train in at middle linebacker makes a big play there, and then it's just a steamroll action over the top of Cates as they bring him down. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. We're going to come up here to the end of the third quarter. The Knights starting to trickle in some backups here on defense. We'll try to call some of those guys out to you when we come back from the break. Make sure we recognize some of these guys getting into the game. But we'll take a quick break. You are listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.
Hard work, determination, team spirit. These are all qualities that put a winning team on the field. And the folks at Saddle Mountain Supply know something about a winning team. For over 30 years, Saddle Mountain Supply has worked hard to provide the highest level of service to the local community. They are determined to offer the best quality products at competitive prices. And they boast one of the top teams in the ag industry, ready to offer a helping hand or timely assistance. From bookwork to fieldwork, from accurate applications to reliable recommendations, Saddle Mountain Supply is committed to using the latest in technology and training to attend all your agronomic needs. Check out our website at www.performanceag.com for the latest in industry trends and market prices. Saddle Mountain Supply at performanceag.com. Quality you can count on, performance you can plan on.
So I'd say we had a couple big surprises on the east side of the 1A bracket. Surprise last night, Colville goes down to league rival Newport 21-7. Surprise number 2, not necessarily that the Knights are winning this game, but the fashion that they're winning this game, the domination that they're
the score
that they are giving right now.
Motion across the middle. They'll play action that sweep man and get it out on this left side. And shucks one man, gets another across the 40 out to the 45-yard line. It's going to be good all the way out for a 15-yard gain as the Knights are trying to trade some people in and out.
Number 55, Manny Alvarez, who starts at right tackle and plays sparingly on defense into the game right now. Javier Hutron, number 50, into the game. Number 51 for the Knights, Jesse Martinez. He's a senior, 5'11", 220-pounder. And also number 78 for the Knights is going to be Jackson Bateman. He's just a sophomore, but he's 6'2", 260.
Nelson in shotgun. Stands in the middle, going to get flushed out to the right. Throws on this far side. Intercepted by Corbin Christensen again, just waiting for what to happen. He steps out of bounds, and it would have been a late hit if he'd have caught him.
If he would have got him, yeah.
But steps out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So the Knights are going to get their JV offense in this game right now. As wholesale 2. JV. Well, maybe not wholesale. They'll leave some of these big linemen in there to protect. But I think we're going to see
2 interceptions in the second half for Corbin Christensen. Really defensive standout here in the second half, obviously. One of those was a pick 6. That one gives the ball the Knights to the ball on their own 46-yard line on the right hash.
Logan Gilbert taking Angel Farias' place, and Tyler Allred going to take over the quarterback duties for the Knights.
You said duties?
Duty. We'll make the Grant County Sheriff's Office laugh again if they're still listening to us. I formation in the backfield. Give to Myrick, and he gets all the way across the midfield down inside the 45. They're going to mark him at the 42-yard line.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 12-yard run.
What I'm afraid of right now is that it appears that maybe it's getting a little chippy.
A little chippy.
Chippy tends to happen when when the outcome is nowhere near what you were hoping it would be. Hopefully everybody stays safe.
Again, straight I formation. 2 receivers left and right for the Knights. And the ball's on the ground, and Allred's going to have to just fall on it.
He does. Secures a possession. It looks like he'll be maybe a yard loss.
2nd down and 11.
More guys
down at 9 minutes left to go in this game.
In fact, Logan Gomez is going to come out from his center position. He has worked tonight. Yep. He's an exhausted man that deserves the break. For him,
Jacob
coming in is going to be 53, Jacob Jocelyn. Jacob's a junior, getting some action.
2nd down and 11. Allred in shotgun will have Lorenzo Marek to his left, who he'll play action to him and keep it, tucks inside.
Nice.
Shows a little bit of good hip action, elusive running, and gets all the way inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Good run by the sophomore quarterback. They'll place it at the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
7-yard gain.
Yep.
It's about a 7-yard gain. Jinx is going to finish the night 11 out of 18. What's that? Let me see what that is. 62% completion percentage, 196 yards and a touchdown.
Allred hands off to Myrick, who cuts inside his blocks. He's going to get close to first down
really
yards,
close
but I'm
to
not
first
sure.
down yards.
The nicest kid on the field, just he blocks so hard.
Really close. They haven't made the decision yet. I think he's going to be short by a yard.
A little bit short.
So he picks up 4. That's 4 carries for 27 yards for Myrick.
I think they'll run just a regular play. They're not going to do. They're just going to let him see if they can get that half a yard on a regular play, and they will. He'll step back in shotgun. This time he's got freshman running back oh wow! Allred runs out to the outside. He's going to get a few more, and then we're got flags flying all over the place, and that's coming back.
It's coming back, and it's going to be 4th down, and probably going to be, instead of 4th and 1, it'll probably be about 4th and 5, 4th and 4, 4th and 5, something like that. Well, it depends on where they actually. Well,
clock doesn't stop on a penalty.
Talking here,
so it keeps running.
No, not in this situation. Not in the running clock situation. Okanogan Bulldog defense clapping as they're standing listening to the referees. So they're indicating clearly it's against the Knights. It's going to be a hold against the Knights.
And a face mask.
And a face mask against the Knights.
So they'll take the face mask.
Well, it's only a 5-yard face mask. It's incidental. Okay. It wasn't a personal foul. So they'll actually take the hold, which would be the 10-yard penalty. And it's going to be 4th down and about 6 or 7 for the Knights. My guess, maybe more. 4th and 8 even.
That's true. That when they don't show the personal foul
you
signal,
walked that off a long ways, buddy. You walked off a 12-yard penalty. He can't hear me anyways.
He rolled it back.
Okay, he walks.
4th down and about 8. The ball's placed at the 40-yard line.
It was a great play by Tyler Allred as a quarterback keeper. He works his way out to the left and gets the open field, but trailing behind him was some action that the officials didn't like.
Ball at the 40s. Ball at the 40s. Got to get to the 32 for a first down. They'll bring 3 receivers near side to the right. Allred will play action to Tucker Jeanette, but he's trying to get on that outside, and he's still trying to be on his feet, but he's going to get drilled. He's going to get brought down all the way across midfield. Big loss on 4th down as Tyler kept trying to get his eyes downfield to see if there was somebody he could throw that to. In high school, you can't just throw it out of bounds. You got to throw it to somebody.
No,
and they're going to mark it at the 40.
I like what I saw out of Tyler on that drive, though.
Yep.
I did. So the Bulldogs fans and faithful have something to cheer about here late in the game as they stop the Knights' second-team offense and turn the ball over on downs. They're going to have the ball from their own 48-yard line, 1st down and 10 on the left hash, and 5 minutes and 14 seconds left and counting in the game with this running clock. We'll see if this second-team squad for the Knights on defense can hold the Bulldogs out of the end zone.
Nelson throws that ball down the center. It's picked again. That's
He could go. He could go
all the way around that right side, cross midfield, down to the 40. If he gets a block and springs around the side, steps inside, they're going to bring him out of bounds. I don't know where that whistle's coming from, but the whistle was blowing long before that was ever out of bounds. But Knights are going to get the ball. We'll see where they mark it, but it's inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line is where they'll mark it. So
that's 4 interceptions that Nelson has thrown tonight.
And he throws over his intended receiver.
It's overthrow almost every time on the pick. It's due to an overthrow.
So Tyler getting a chance right away to run another few plays. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the game. Boy, this has been a fun one.
You think so?
3 receivers near side to the right. And what do we got? We have an equipment stop play that'll start again. Handoff. It does give to Tucker Jeanette. He's going to get drugged down.
Maybe for about a yard loss, actually.
About a yard loss as that.
Tucker, just a freshman, speedy guy. If he can get to the edge, he's hard to catch, but they don't let him get outside. They bring him down. Nice job from the defensive front for the Bulldogs. 1 yard loss. And we can start talking about a couple things. We can start talking about
player of the game for one.
Well, player of the game for one. Let's talk about next week's opponent, the Newport Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Newport Grizzlies. They've been waiting to see who they're going to play, and I'm not sure they expected what they're seeing either.
Tucker Jeanette trying to get it on that right side. They're bottling him in pretty well, and he's going to turn it up, and he's going to probably lose another half a yard as a big flag flies. Was there a late hit? The computer screen was in my way.
I would expect that this is going to be a late hit out of bounds on the defense for the Bulldogs. I could be wrong. Let's see.
It could be
lots of people was there a block? Was there a late block on the edge? They're going to throw another.
They just threw it at the player. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
No, I think that's a second penalty. But it's
like he tried to hit the kid with the flag. That's what was so funny about it.
I think that we have a late hit out of bounds.
Personal foul on Okanogan.
And then a
second unsportsmanlike and it won't be 2 penalties, but
they'll mark it half the distance, and then they'll mark it half the distance again. Yes, they will, because one was a live ball and the other one was a dead ball. They'll mark it half the distance and then half the distance again. So the ball's going to get close down to about the 8-yard line for
I've never seen a referee chuck a flag at a player before.
Well, luckily he's not as accurate as most officials aren't that as accurate with the flag.
Well,
as
he was walking away from him. He would have just hit him in the back, but
the clock continues to run through all of this, so that's an interesting situation with the running clock, how that just continues to run all the way through, so we're under 2 minutes.
You got some guys putting their hands over some of their other teammates' mouths, just shut up.
So the Newport Grizzlies will face off against the Royal Knights next week, most likely a Saturday. Possibly Moses Lake. Knights are the home team on the bottom of the bracket in this one, so they'll get to have the lion's say of the location. Mm-hmm. Probably Moses Lake. Could be Tri-Cities potentially if there's some scheduling issues or concerns.
That ball's going to get placed all the way down on the 12-yard line.
Just barely inside the 8-yard line. Oh, 12.
The 8. No, sorry.
It's inside the 10.
You're right.
It's down to about the 8. There's only a minute left in the game, so the Knights, I don't think, are going to press this unless the second team does a little renegade action here and tries to get their own points on the board.
Looks like they're in that formation to take a knee.
Take a knee or at least run the ball, and they're going to run the clock.
Tyler's just going to run the clock down.
Waiting for the 5-second signal from the back judge.
Well, but they're going to just take the penalty.
Okay, that's fine. But actually, Tyler was waiting for the back judge to give him a 5-second.
This is what you got: you got a sophomore quarterback who's never played in a game with that big giant play clock looking at him right in the face.
Oh, he was looking at the back judge.
He was looking at the back judge. So Tyler just learned a lesson, and
hey. If you're going to learn a lesson of like that, this is the best time to learn it.
Where I want to be is where little brother Dylan has a comment to him when it comes off the end of the game. So, and the Knights will take that knee, and this game will be over. The Knights going to win this game 49-0.
We're gonna give Alonzo Hernandez, the PerformanceAct.com performer of the game.
Total stats:
21 carries for 213 yards and 2 touchdowns, and some great plays on defense as well. The best I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
Running the ball on the offensive side, running hard, breaking tackles, grit and determination. and keeping his shoulders square and getting upfield.
Strong performances, too, by Angel Farias with some big catches, and the biggest catch you and I think we've seen.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see that again.
3 catches for 75 yards, but that one catch alone put him in the running for the performer of the game. So absolutely a great catch there. And then Sawyer with 196 yards passing on 11 completions and a touchdown, and also a rushing touchdown. So great game by the Knights.
Great team effort. The Knights will play Newport. Check online and figure out where we're going to be. Try to be there. If you can't be there, join us.
Most likely Saturday, but we don't know the time or the place. We'll try to keep you in the loop on that. Follow Facebook or whatever you need to do, and we'll keep you in the loop.
And we'll be there to bring you the action. Again, the Knights win by a score of 49-0. You've been listening to RoyalKnightsFootball.com.